Hey guys, what's going on? Like Butter here, bringing you a nice Halo Reach gameplay today. I had a beast gameplay, but I actually want to talk about something completely unrelated to the game. So this is going to be just up there for your eyes only. And what I want to talk about today is something that we all have to go through over the periods of our life, over the time that we're here on planet Earth. And it can be one of the hardest things that you ever have to deal with during your lifetime. And this is getting out of relationships, especially long-term relationships. And basically, I'm going to tell you guys how you can get your ex-girlfriend back or your ex-boyfriend back. And also kind of what I do when I'm in situations like this that really helped me get through a hard time in my life. So you just got out of a relationship and your girlfriend broke up with you, your boyfriend broke up with you, or maybe you had a reason to do it yourself and you feel lonely, you feel terrible, you feel very down in the dumps. You can't think of anything but that person. It's someone that you've either lived with or someone that you've seen every single day. This day and age, a lot of boyfriends and girlfriends, they stay over each other's houses, and it feels like you lost something. That it's almost like you're missing a part of you, because when you're with someone for a long time, they eventually become almost a part of you. It's like they got a part of your heart. And it's very, very difficult to kind of think logically when you're in this state of mind, and you may do something that you don't, want to do. And it's pretty much like, getting back with someone who you think doesn't deserve you, or maybe, a girlfriend or a boyfriend cheated on you and you got back with them because you followed your heart and not your brain. And that's like a big split between, making a good decision and making a decision that you're going to regret in the future. And that's, listening to your heart or listening to your brain. And basically, the first thing you have to ask yourself is, what was the reason for, the relationship not to work out in the first place? Was it you? Was it her? Was it him? Like, was it your significant other? Or was it something that you did? Now, if it was something that you did, now this is something that you can change, because anybody can change how they act, or how whatever way you were doing something that you need to change, maybe the way you were treating her. There's things that you can change. But if it's something that the other person was doing, now this is where it gets difficult, because we all want to believe deep down in our hearts that someone is going to change for us, especially if there's something about a girl that you don't like, or she does something that you don't like. One huge turnoff for me is smoking. I'm not attracted to girls who smoke. I absolutely hate it. When it comes to me, I smoke a Black and Mild probably once in 3 months with my friends, and that's it. I don't smoke weed, I don't smoke cigarettes, and smelling cigarettes on a girl has to be one of the biggest turn-offs I could ever think of. And it's little things like that that could cause you to be like, okay, listen, this girl just isn't for me anymore. She isn't changing. I've had a couple girlfriends who had extreme attitude problems, where it was almost like they were bipolar. I know a lot of people who go through relationships like that, where it's like so up and down that you think that the good times outweigh the bad, and it gets really I don't know, it gets really iffy in those parts of a relationship. So the first thing you have to do, like I said, is you have to ask yourself why it happened. Now, there's like I said, there's ways you can change this, but you have to remember that like her or him or the significant other, whoever it may be, is not going to change unless she is going to change herself. You can't change somebody. That's something that I've learned and that I thought I could do. There's been times where I've influenced a girl to act a certain way. There was this one time where this girl had nothing going for her. She had a family who didn't really take care of her. Just little stuff like that where I could just step in and help her out. But as far as changing somebody, they have to do that themselves. So the first thing I do when I get out of a relationship and you're feeling down in the dumps is thinking to myself, what happened? And then when you realize what happened and if it can be changed or not, this is where you start kind of working your way towards moving on. Now, your number one option should always be moving on. And the reason for this is because once a relationship gets split, even if it's only for a week, it's basically like, think about it like this. It's like having a brand new iPod. The relationship is a brand new iPod. You drop the iPod and it's got a crack in it, or it's got a nick in it, and it just loses its value little by little. And that's how a relationship is. Every single time you guys break up or you have a fight, it's like dropping that phone. And I don't know where I heard that before. I've heard that somewhere before. But anyways, that's kind of, it's like such an awesome metaphor to think about it that way. And that's one thing that you definitely have to realize that, you know, going back to that relationship, it isn't going to be the same. You guys are going to always think about that time where, you know, that section of, you know, time and space that you guys could have been hooking up with other people and stuff like that. And it's just always going to bother you. And so that's the first thing I think about. Now, if you do want to get, you know, that girlfriend or guy friend back, I don't know why I said guy friend, girlfriend or boyfriend, and you want to get them back, what you need to do is kind of, it's almost like mind games, guys. It really is. One thing's for sure, no begging. Begging's a huge no-no. It's a huge turn-off. Like I said, everybody wants what they can't have, and it looks pathetic, especially for a guy. I've seen it work for girls sometimes, but definitely doesn't work for a guy. You know, when you're begging a girl to get back with you, it looks pathetic. It really does. And sometimes you don't realize how pathetic it really is, because when you're in that state of mind, it's almost like you're a completely different person, especially when you're in love. And it's difficult. So what you need to do is work on yourself. You know, do things to look better, do things to increase your confidence, start talking to other people, even if it's as friends. Start creating those friendships back that you lost when you know, started dating this person. And we all do it. We all do it. I know how it is when you get so close to a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and then you start losing some friends that you were cool with because you don't really have time for them, and that you're putting all your eggs in one basket. I know I try as hard as I can not to do it. That's why when I'm in a relationship, I have specific time set aside for just my friends. And if a girl can't respect that, then that's not a girl that I want to be with. And the same thing goes for her when she wants to have girls' nights out and stuff like that. You got to trust them, and you got to give them your space. Those are the healthiest relationships by far, when there's a lot of trust involved and you guys actually give each other your space. So, like I said, just work on yourself. Start making some friends. Maybe even go on a few dates. Make some friends make some friends that are girls. That's going to drive your ex-girlfriend crazy. Even if it's just as friends, that can always be your excuse. Be like, oh, we're just friends. But remember, your girlfriend's always going to think it's more than that, because that's just how they are. And it's the same thing for guys. They start creating this image like, oh, they're talking this and that, and it kind of spooks them out a little bit. So that's another thing you have to keep in mind. And as much as it hurts and as much as people don't want to hear it, one of the most important things is time. You gotta let time go by, because unfortunately, you know, we're built with emotions. There's a lot of good emotions that go through our body, but we have negative emotions, and the only way for those emotions and those memories to fade is time. And that's what's going to help you get over that hump. So my opinion to you guys is to kind of move on from that, unless you know for a fact that this person is right for you. There's been a lot of times where I've broken up with people and then kind of regretted it afterwards, but then in the long run you see that it was the right choice for you. And it's very difficult. You know, relationships are very complex. They're very complicated, and it can cause a lot of heartache, a lot of depression. So by going out and just talking to other people, you're keeping your social up. You're basically just keeping yourself at a confidence level where you can kind of attract that person back. With social networking in these days, it's hard because you can go on Facebook, you can go on your ex-girlfriend's Facebook and see her talking to other people, and it's going to make you jealous, and it's going to make you do things like getting mad and stuff like that, because that's one huge turnoff for a girl, is if you guys just broke up and you're jumping down her throat, even though you guys aren't together anymore. You're jumping down her throat just for talking to another person. So definitely one thing that you need to do is hide her Facebook. You don't have to remove her from Facebook, but you need to hide her Facebook. And remember, if you're doing the thing where you're just kind of talking to other girls and stuff, be casual with it, because it's going to make her jealous, but you don't want her to think that you're trying to make her jealous, because that's a huge, huge mistake. And girls can see right through that. So like I said, be passive about it. If a girl comes along that you start to catch feelings for, go forward with that. You don't know where that has been. But with your ex, you already know that you had all of these problems and you had all these issues and stuff like that. It's worth going and trying to find a person that's perfect for you, you know? And I've seen it time in and time out where there's a girl who has a certain quality that I don't like and that I deal with it for a long time, and then you come across another girl that isn't even close to that, and it's a good feeling. It really is. And of course you have other variables like going away to college and stuff. I want to do a separate video about that, because that's very difficult, especially because I know a lot of my age range for my viewers are around like 16 to 20, something like that. You're going to be experiencing losing, somebody that you love because they have to go away to college, and long distance relationships are very, very hard to work out, and it's extremely difficult. It's extremely difficult. So I suggest, working on yourself. Go out, buy some new clothes, start hitting the gym, get a gym membership, change something up about you that you didn't like before. Maybe if you want to get a fresh new haircut, anything that's going to give you that confidence. And then, like I said, there's a huge rule. It's called no contact, and it's so true. If a girl breaks up with you, do not contact her. Make her be the one that contacts you. And I think it's about 4 weeks, and that's when a girl really realizes, oh wow, I really did lose him forever. And if she goes to another guy, if you really care about this girl enough and she goes to another guy, you kind of have to be okay with it. And that's the only way you're gonna get her back, is if you're like nonchalant and just like, okay, well, you found someone else, that's fine by you. I'm gonna heal myself. I don't need somebody to put, I don't need someone to put in your spot just to make me feel okay. And girls do that a lot. Girls out there, you guys know it's true. And I've always dealt with my problems. I've never tried putting a girl in someone else's shoes just to kind of fill that void. I've always been the type of person where I sit down and I get over it myself. And I think it's really helped me grow as a person. And that's good. I see girls out there all the time who constantly just, go from boyfriend to boyfriend to boyfriend to boyfriend, because they always want to fill that void of someone not being there for them to, to lean on. And it's extremely difficult. Really, all you have to do is just be strong and know that there's other people out there for you. There's other people that are going to make you happy. There's other people who are going to be able to, fulfill your needs in a relationship. And it's very difficult. It's hard going through relationships, especially, like I said, long-term relationships is so difficult because of, just how much it drains from you. But I promise you, if you give it time and you start thinking it through and you get your confidence up, either you're going to get your ex back, and then, one time I got my ex back and I realized that I didn't want that anymore. That's going to happen sometimes. Maybe you'll get your ex back and it'll work out and things will be better. Maybe that's what you needed, was a little break. Or, like I said, to move on is always the best thing in my opinion, because, like I said, after you drop that iPod once, it loses its value, and that's how a relationship is. So if you guys have any questions or comments and you want to leave them in the comment section below, I'm going to be pretty bored tonight, so I'm going to go through a lot of comments, and if you have something super serious, like a super serious issue that you need help with, you can send me a private message. I'll go through those as well. But I want to thank you guys for watching this video. This video is way longer than I expected it to be. I was going to let it be one gameplay, but I mashed 2 gameplays together. So I hope you guys enjoyed the fact that I took the time to sit down and do this. I'm going to do a lot more videos like this. It's hard to kind of sit down and just talk about it. It's better if I just kind of have it laid all out in front of me and I can help you guys out. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Take it easy, guys.